What have we got on tonight's show, Joe? We've got Bunny the Talking Dog, we've got the President of Pissy Pants, we've got the Potassium Hero, and we've got Sanity's closing up, and Ed has a crazy weekend out. It's the MacPack podcast, it's 2023. Oh, let's go and get into it.
G'day, welcome to the MacPack podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jamie Kenner, and to my left this week in order of the biggest accidental pisser we have here on the panel, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, Joe boy?
You know, it happens to the best of us. It's something you can't avoid sometimes, and you got to be proud about it.
And to my right, coming in at 6'1", as he does each and every week, it's the baby brother of the pack, who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you?
I haven't pissed myself in many years, boys. I can control it.
Congratulations, boys. We're chatting about piss off the top.
Oh, yes.
Joey's got a breaking bladder story.
Yay!
We've also got some bunny talking stuff, which I'm not really sure what it's about.
What the
but Joe's promised us some hilarity. So I'm excited to see what goes on there. Sanity's also packed up.
Catch you later.
Falls finished up yesterday.
And Big Ed was on the piss.
And we had a potassium-filled king at the cricket over the last week. It's a massive ep, so let's get into it. Boys!
Bingo!
How are we all? Well,
Fantastic.
oh, there's a little pause there. Everyone okay? Are
We're
you
all
still
good.
with us?
Yes,
We're all
it's just
good, yeah.
weird. It's so quiet in here.
It is. It's nice. We can reflect on our thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
We've just come back from seasons.
We literally just got back. We haven't slept.
Yeah. It was huge.
We
We haven't done a podcast all year.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Shut up, cunt.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy
And we've got the
New
first C
Year.
bomb dropped. We're 2 minutes in.
Welcome
Boys,
to the
welcome to the nude year. Joe, you're bringing us.
Oh shit! Joe's got the first segment of
It's
the
a-
new year.
it's a new year.
Shit.
And Joey wants to break some news. Joe, take it away.
Breaking news.
There we
That's
go.
right. Breaking news. Okay, we'll start off. We'll start off with Bunny.
Second guessed himself already.
Let it
We'll
rip,
start
Joey.
off
Come
with
on.
Bunny the talking dog is in the news again.
Yeah.
Again.
What do you guys know about Bunny the talking
Nil.
dog?
Jack shit.
Nil.
So I'm surprised you haven't heard about this because Bunny first came onto the scene in TikTok.
Okay.
Bunny is a talking dog.
You can't do that on TikTok, can you?
Oh, not when I've tried.
So basically, Bunny is a dog that has been trained by its owner to
What a
communicate.
misleading name.
Oh, okay. Bunny's the dog's name.
Yep. Bunny.
I
the
thought we were talking about a
dog.
bunny. Did you think we were talking about a bunny?
No.
No. His name is Bunny.
Okay.
And it's been taught to communicate by stepping on buttons. So essentially, it's got this almost like a jigsaw muzzle type type mat.
It's coming out.
Oh god.
That's enough.
Turn him off. I'll tell the
Did you say it?
It was such a long fuck up. Like, there's such a long gap between.
Did you just say a jigsaw muzzle?
I know.
Like that. Bro, it's such like a. You've got a whole word in the middle to correct. you chose not
Did
to.
you say a jigsaw muzzle type?
But I
I
love how
didn't
they're
even
both.
realize I said
I love how they're both still in the dog world.
Bunny can talk and I
I
can't.
love how they're both still in the dog world. Muzzle and tongue. Sounds like was it intentional?
It
I
was
there
a
you go.
hint
You can
to
get
me
away
from
with it.
us because we weren't sure if you were completely wrong. No,
That
it
was
was
a
a
good-
jigsaw muzzled type pat.
Cool.
Happy New Year, guys.
Go. Come on, here we go.
So basically,
This is Joe. Professionalism at its best.
So basically, it started off. So basically, she's got a bunch of little buttons on the floor. They're kind of like the, you might see a comedic like button that says something like a no button. You know?
Okay, yep.
Essentially, those are laid out on the floor.
Yep.
Set up in different categories based on what type of word it is.
Yep.
And Bunny uses these to communicate with her owners.
Okay.
Cool.
So it started off
A
when-
bit like what's the,
Stephen Hawking.
yeah, he's just got the pad. Doesn't he? Doesn't he just press his buttons? What he wants to say?
I don't exactly know how that works, but yeah, similar. Yeah, he communicates using.
Text to speech.
Yeah, so these are single words, right? And so it started out. The owner started out with just one button, and the button was outside. So that was the first word that Bunny learned.
Okay.
So she hits it, it says outside, and then if you said that, we'll let you go outside.
Makes sense.
So
Yeah.
And
now
then-
there's like 50.
But now it's like getting
So many.
Pretty
buttons.
intense. I think like there's like a shitload of buttons on them. I don't know exactly how.
I
many.
wouldn't be able to remember.
But
what
there's a
all these
lot.
buttons were.
And so, and even she'll use multiple ones in conjuncture.
Okay,
with
so
each
she's
other.
almost doing a sentence. She's just doing multiple little words that make a phrase.
Exactly. Yeah. So we've got a good example down here on the pad. If you could hit the.
Oh,
purple
so this
button.
is basically what she's doing. I press the buttons the same way that she's pressing the buttons.
How can I help? Friend play? Who do you want to play with?
So that's a person,
Oh,
and then you can hear the buttons.
I can't let you over there just yet, but we'll play soon, okay? I promise. Hi, Beecher. Hi, Jack.
So that's her taking the dog outside because it clicked the button saying "friend play," and she knew exactly what she
Wow.
was talking about. And
That's
we-
pretty
'cause
cool.
Her friend dogs are outside.
And she was pointing at her like friend dogs with her nose. She was like, "There."
Wow, there you
So
go.
A lot of them are cool little things like that where Bunny will be able to tell its owner exactly what it wants. There's a lot of skeptics about it
Yeah.
because obviously you'd only post the cool stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You're not posting
When
Bunny
it
just
fucks
like
up.
taking a
walking
shit on the
across
pad.
thing. Yeah. And so it's led to a lot of debate because obviously you see stuff like that where it's like it really seems like she knows what she's saying.
Yep.
And there's one really good one I saw where she keeps pressing belly, and the owner's like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing?" And the owner's like trying to guide it somewhere else, like saying other words, and the owner sort of talks. You see, she talks in a really high pitched voice to sort of match the sound of the buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then she's like belly, and then eventually she says like belly hurt because she was like had a stomach ache or something.
The dog did.
Yeah, and it's just really interesting. But people are sort of skeptical about it, and there's a good example of another animal who people thought could communicate, and it was a horse that you would ask it maths questions.
Mm.
So you'd ask like, "What's 2 + 2?" and it would
Oh, yep.
do its hoof,
Yep.
you know, and then it would get the answers right. But the way the horse was actually doing it was basing it on, it would like do it and then like wait a little bit, and it could tell from people's reactions
Oh, I
when
thought
it got
was
to
going
the
well.
right answer, and then it got positive reinforcement.
Right.
So some people think maybe Bunny's just, if I hit these buttons, I'm going to get a reaction, but not really understanding what's going on.
Okay.
But so it's been going on for, I think she's had it for like 2 years now, and it's obviously when it first came up, everyone was like, "Oh, like this is pretty crazy." Now people sort of like, "Oh yeah, like whatever, it's just the talking dog, who cares?" But it came up again recently, and this is how I saw it, just because some new videos came up where it seems like it's asking questions, which is a very
Okay.
interesting thing for like a dog to do. So we've got another one lined up there.
I'm sorry. Why small concern? Sad. You're big sad? Why? Because Dad buy? Okay. We'll do medicine.
Wow.
So it's
It's a
actually
bit grim. That was a bit sad.
the dog is actually now on
Bit of a sad one.
it's on antidepressants, and that's why it needed the medicine.
So
So
now
now
it's-
feeling sad.
So it literally
Because that was
said-
not the same button twice, was it? That was like 6 different
It was
buttons. that it's-
concern and then
Yeah.
do medicine.
It said concern, big
sad, and then medicine.
and then give medicine.
Yeah,
or do
so
How
now
medicine.
many
it's like-
buttons are there?
That's like a
There's tons.
sentence.
There's tons.
That's
I was
like
going to say, like, where'd the friendly dog one go? If I was
Sometimes-
hanging out with its friend more, maybe it wouldn't be big sad.
sometimes I walk through the kitchen and say hi to Joe. We'll exchange less words than they just did.
There's
Yeah.
another good one where
There's been whole segments where Joe's exchanged less words.
there was another one where she was asking who's this and then looking in the mirror,
Yep.
like
Okay.
trying to be like, who am I? And there's another one where she says like why am I a dog, basically. So very interesting. But again, people don't know if it's real. Yeah.
Right,
So
there
it's
you
very
go.
interesting. And I was surprised you guys hadn't brought it. You guys hadn't heard of it because I've seen it for a while now.
You could also like
We
You
must be
could-
getting different algorithms.
you could dub that over. Like you could do all the sound in post.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
add the button noises later.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Okay, now I've got my second piece of viral news. which
Okay,
we
well,
hit
that
off
was
the
good. That
task.
was a good learning.
Nice.
Hopefully, lots of people
We'll find
at
out more
home-
about the dog
Yeah,
soon.
took something from that. What it must have been your algorithms a bit weird. You must be getting like weird dog shit all the time, hey?
I get some dog stuff.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I don't mind a dog.
I
A
don't.
dog video.
Okay.
But on to the second video. This came up on my Twitter feed. A
Mhm.
fantastic piece of journalism came up on my feed. It was the president of South Sudan. He was at a road commissioning. You know, you cut the ribbon to open up a road.
El
Yep.
Presidente.
Pretty old dude standing there in a grey suit,
Mhm.
surrounded by like military guys.
Cool.
And you can slowly see dark patch around the groin area.
Oh, appearing near his undercarriage.
Yep. he had pissed himself in
Right.
front of everyone, and I'm not exactly sure what the culture is there, but it seems like they're very like respectful of like their elders and people in power or whatever.
Yeah.
Because no one did anything. They let this man piss his pants all the way down his
No
leg.
assistance.
Yeah, because I think they're like they didn't want to bring attention to it,
I think he's doing that himself.
and then it started to pull up around him.
Did it look accidental, or was it kind of like a power thing?
It looked like he didn't know that it was happening.
Oh, really?
He was just standing there.
How old is this guy?
Pretty old. I don't know exactly how old, but
Damn.
he seemed old.
That's rough.
And then, but how I heard about it was 6 journalists were arrested for having footage of this guy pissing himself,
Right.
which is what made it go a bit viral because people were like, oh, it's crazy that
Forbidden
like
footage.
it's crazy that they're arresting people.
Yeah.
But that's what made it spread. Very
Yeah.
interesting. Very interesting stuff there.
Grey pants is a tough one as well. You can't really hide.
Should have wore the blacks.
Yeah,
Black
if you wear black
slacks.
pants, you're getting away with it. If you wear grey, any vapor
No.
or fluid
Mm.
appears quite dark quite quickly on a grey pant.
Yeah, you can't get away with it.
Worse only to a white pant because then they just become a different colour pant.
That's right. That's
Probably
right.
closer to a yellow, depending on how much aqua you've had in the last 24 hours. Well, that's a bit grim. Could you imagine an Australian president, prime minister, pissing himself?
Oh, you wouldn't hear the end of it.
It would make news. Well, it would be all we talked about.
Well,
for
there's
the whole
already
year.
the
It
famous
would be
story
so
about
funny.
Scott Morrison shitting himself in the Maccas. But that was before he was prime minister.
I didn't know about this. Run us
Oh.
through this.
Oh, basically, just a
Do
famous.
you know about this?
No.
So he was in I can't say the stuff of names like Edigan, something like that. Basically, he just shat himself in a McDonald's there.
At what age?
I could do maybe if you guys have some brief chat, I can try. And
I'm so
search it
intrigued
up.
by this.
The only other thing I've heard of is like Tony Abbott eating the onion.
Yeah, he took a bite out of an onion.
That's weird. And I'm always hear about that still.
Yeah, that comes up pretty
So
frequently.
yeah, I
lot
could
of
not
lot of
imagine.
A lot of sporting things come up with our prime ministers.
I couldn't imagine.
Because all of our prime ministers seem to think like sport's the way to our heart. And it is for the most part. But you have to be good at sport. You can't just...
kind of struck up. What about when
Yeah.
ScoMo was it ScoMo tripped or fell over that kid? That was
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
big for a
Yeah, we
while.
talked about that. That was
We talked about
hilarious.
All right, you guys can cut the chat because I got some facts.
Here we go.
Nice.
After ScoMo became after he became sorry. I'm just reading this. Oh, so it was broken by rapper Joyride. So I don't know how credible that guy is, but he's the one who broke the story. It was 22 years ago. Yeah, Scott Morrison just shits himself in Ed Gadeen Macca's in 1997.
Right.
Oof, that's Joan J-Mac was born.
Yeah.
I do wonder how true this is. I've heard it a lot, but it seems to be based on this
One guy's.
one guy's tweet.
And how old's Scone?
Was ScoMo a
Scone would
thing
be
back
plus 50.
Was ScoMo like a big thing
Would
back
he be
then?
60? Would he be 50?
Would he even be known as ScoMo?
No, not back then. That was like a new thing. Yeah.
So it's just a
But he
random
would have
guy
been
shit-
studying. He would have been at least in like...
Oh, he would have
uni.
been pretty old. He's
So a
like,
random guy shit himself, and then 20 years later they're talking about it.
We're talking about it.
Play on.
yeah.
Play on.
Interesting, eh?
It does make you wonder, like, some of the stuff that you've done while inebriated.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll get into it in the coming weeks and months. The stories will come up. Imagine if there was some... Imagine Joe got into
Politics.
politics.
Joe was the PM.
He finally did it. He went and did a bloody... What's that bloke's name that he looks like?
Elon Musk.
Elon. He did an Elon.
And became in power.
And then it comes back to haunt him because he's bloody pissed off a roof somewhere.
Okay, so Joyride is saying that his mate worked at the Mac at the time. And that's how he knew about
There's
it.
a lot of Chinese whispers going on about this one.
I don't trust
I much prefer just visually seeing a man urinate himself.
Yeah.
That's
Man,
that's
you can't
facts.
deny
You
that.
can't argue that. Alrighty, boys, if you're living in Australia, if your listeners are living in Australia, there's no doubt that over the last, 20, 25 years, you would have strolled past one of the Sanity stores.
Yes.
Now, Sanity made their billions
I don't know about that. But
by selling largely DVDs
we love a box set.
and CD tapes. Maybe cassettes even years ago.
Barely vinyl.
I think they pushed into vinyl later when it got
Yeah, when it got a little
hip.
bit more popular. Another thing that they really pushed into, I noticed late in the piece, or recently, was like board games and shit. Like stuff that shouldn't be in the store
Sanity, yeah.
was just arriving in the store as a last ditch effort
Maybe sell this.
to just make a buck. But it has been announced late last week that Sanity's brick and mortar stores are finally going to pack up. They're heading into brick and mortar administration, which makes it sound like they're going to head online. I don't think they had a huge demand online. Personally, have you ever bought anything?
What's bricks and mortar?
So brick and mortar store is like a actual shop.
You walk into like Big W, for example.
So like Amazon isn't brick and mortar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're just going to operate as an e-commerce site moving forward. And I wonder how many days they'll last doing that. So it's pretty sad at the moment. They obviously were doing a lot of CDs, but they're closing their physical doors. Sanity was founded. Oh, we're just going to read the thing. Sanity was founded by a business heavyweight, Brett Blundy, with a single store in 1980 called Jets in Pakenham, Victoria. It sold vinyl records and cassette tapes. So they did originate selling the real old shit. They moved to Melbourne. They've obviously moved to WA. And now they're moving away. So it's all a little bit grim for Sanity at the moment. I just wanted to ask, oh my God, do you remember they had those things? You could put I don't know, this is probably before your time.
Yeah, you put the headphones on.
Yeah, you used to put the headphones on and you
Yes.
could put any CD on. Like you could literally select, they'd have say 10 CDs up there. And it was quick, all right, 3. And then you'd put
Have a
the
listen.
headsets on and go, yeah, Michael Bublé is fucking elite. And then you change it up and go, you know what? Nickelback? They get it. Nickelback get it.
One thing I miss about like those sort of shops, or even like your Blockbuster Video Easy type thing, is there's like the personal element to it. So like that's one person has picked, oh, these 4 CDs we'll have on there today. They give me the tester CDs. Or in Blockbuster and stuff, they used to have like the staff picks.
Yep.
Very cool. Like these are the people who they watch all the movies probably because they work there.
Yeah.
Just your
And-
average Joe.
Yeah, and it's like a normal, like an actual human is like recommending you
What's going on?
what to watch rather than just like the algorithm.
I must say, there used to be a Tandy's at... Oh, sorry. There used to be a Sanity at Garden City.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
No, not anymore.
I thought it was.
No, it's a female clothing store.
Oh yeah, it's like a Lorna Jane
Yeah,
or
like-
some shit.
Oh,
like
is
that.
it?
Yeah.
Right.
Like a
Okay, well, I was
older woman's.
I was unaware that had packed up myself.
Yeah, because it was good. I like Sanity. It had the fucking the vinyl like plastic.
There used to be more.
Sheets.
Did they not? Where were the other ones?
To be quite honest, Sanity at Garden City was the spot to chill. You know.
Yeah,
You finish a movie.
corner
Yeah. You finish
Yeah,
at
it
the
was
food court.
often that. You'd finish at the food court, you'd walk down and you'd just chill at Sanity.
peruse.
Before
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
get
have
down
a
to
look
the
at,
Apple
like, the-
store.
TVs and shit.
That's the spot.
I like Sanity. They used to always have like 3 DVD for $20. I used to.
Which isn't a good deal.
I like having DVDs. I think it's cool.
They're redundant.
Yeah, until you watch them and then you're like, well, what am I going to do with this? I got a huge DVD collection. It takes up nearly
Yeah, but when you're watching it, it's like it's just good because like
Bro,
you're
they-
watching it. There's no it doesn't buffer at all. It's just on there,
Every time.
and then it's like
my internet's pretty good at my joint.
Every
Every time,
time
if you guys
I-
are having buffering issues, peel down.
Every
You
time
can
I-
stream for free.
Every time I pull out a CD, is usually because it's from like 2005 or like 2011. Shit's scratched as fuck. You can't watch the film. Or the worst part is when you get through an hour and a half and there's
Then
like,
it
we're in the
stops.
final act. Climax is about to happen and then it
Settle.
gets all scratchy. And it's like, oh, well, I'm not watching this again. Never. Like, this is it.
so. You know what I think is this is a bit not really about Sanity too much, but this is something that I think is underrated that could be coming in for a comeback. Piracy. So nowadays everyone has.
Hot take. I disagree.
And nowadays everyone's got their Disney subscription, they got their Netflix subscription.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got their stand, they got their binge, it's like so much crap. And then you're like, I want to watch this movie. It's like not anywhere.
Yeah.
That's a
Where
good
is
point.
it?
You get that NordVPN. Not sponsored yet.
I've got a app on my phone. I don't know what it's called, but I can search up.
Just watch.
Yeah, that's what it's called. How do you
Yeah.
know?
Because I fucking go on it and I type in the movie and it's like not available. Or you need to pay to watch it on a different website.
Yeah, our iTunes has everything.
Yeah, but you need
you
to
have to pay $3.50. But that's
Per
pretty
film.
good.
But when you're already paying,
But the thing is that
you're
I don't
already paying.
But yeah, it costs $3.50 to buy the film, right?
Yeah.
Joe's talking about getting 3 DVDs for $20 and going, what a fucking steal, mate! You could get like 9 films. That's not correct. You could get like 6 films for the same price.
Okay, another thing that's underrated about DVDs, you got the special features.
Special features are good. You lent me a DVD last week and I watched
Marcel?
it. Yeah, Marcel with the show
with shoes on.
Good film. I didn't watch
Lovely,
it.
lovely DVD as well. Good packaging.
Yeah, good packaging, high quality packaging. I watched Gruen have deleted their backlog of shit, so you can find a few of their things on like ABC.
Yeah, because that's the thing. When it's
But
online,
you have to pay to watch it on YouTube. I've found at the moment as well. So like I can't even go on and watch like season 1. You got to pay $30. But I own the DVD. I actually own a few of the DVDs.
That's the stuff with like online. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but like HBO and WB are like merging.
No.
And basically, they're just removing a bunch of shit from all the streaming sites.
Yeah, right.
So there's like all these like Justice League cartoons and stuff are just being taken off. And it's like that's why I think like buying DVDs or like downloading stuff is good because then you like, have it
Do you know what's weird?
and they can just take it away from you.
What I don't get, because obviously you go to your Video Easy, your Blockbuster, you rent out a CD and you give it back the next week, so then another customer can get it. What the frick is the whole deal with renting out online? Like one of my mates from uni studying film wanted to watch everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah.
And they said they couldn't finish it, and then the subscription ran out, so they have to re-rent it online.
I
It's
think
like, bro, why are you renting it online?
How much
So
does it cost to
I think
rent?
that's how. So sometimes
It's like $3.
sometimes I'll do that if I need to watch. If Kira and I want to watch like a movie and it's not on anything, it's like you go on like YouTube Play or like whatever Google Play.
You can buy
It's
it.
like $15 to buy it, or it's like $4
Just to rent
and you have it for
just watch
24
it.
hours.
Just watch it now.
So if you're just gonna watch it that night,
I just find that fucking stupid. That's legit just like them just being like.
But that's exactly what Blockbuster
checkmate,
was.
we
that's
got money.
what.
Yeah, but the reason you give that back is so another customer can use it.
But you don't
No, but
care about
what
that.
it would be is like the licensing and stuff would be different if you're giving it to someone forever, or only renting it.
It's just I find that stupid. I've never done that. Renting.
Okay,
it
but
for
what is
40 or 20
so if you have a Netflix subscription,
yeah,
are you not renting the catalog for a month for $12?
Yeah.
I'm not.
But you don't
paying.
own it. Yeah, well
Yeah,
done.
true. You don't pay for anything. Anyway, that's another.
But that's essentially what
Not
it
mine.
is.
You
don't
That's
pay for
essentially what it
anything.
is. Do you remember Tandy's?
No.
Do you remember
I heard you
Tandy's?
say it before and I didn't
Do you
know.
remember
what it was.
Tandy's?
No.
Tandy's had a store. You will when I fucking. So Tandy's had a shop at Southlands in Williston.
It was like the kink shop.
Hey?
Like the kink shop.
No, it was like their electronic shop. Nah, you can't.
Where was
remember?
it?
Tandy.
Tell me where
Like
it was.
where Cotton On or Dimmicks or whatever that used to be.
Electronics.
They're very different sides of.
No,
like a
near-
Radio Shack.
Near
type thing?
where that's Dimmicks used to be there as well. Near where Cotton On was,
Yeah.
still is.
Yeah.
They used to be Dimmicks and Tandy's back to back. Yeah, man, it was huge.
Double header.
Yes. Do you remember Tandy's? Nah, you got no fucking idea about
So you-
Tandy's.
What do they sell?
I
Electronics.
think we own many items. Probably don't work anymore.
Oh, like proper, like a Harvey Norman type.
Yeah,
Type beat.
yeah.
Ah,
And
but
prior
only for
to that, I can't
electronics.
remember what it was, but there used to be was it GameStop?
EB Games.
No. Before EB Games existed,
A GameStop.
there was a weird thing, and I bought like PS1 games there. You won't remember it.
I do remember. I thought, is that not EB Games?
No. It was before EB Games. It made its way to WA. It was some weird. It was like I think it was called
Candy
Game.
Electronics. Have a look.
Yeah, that's what Tandy's
Oh,
was.
I wish the shops looked like that.
That's cool.
Shit.
Type in Game Shop. That's way too literal for that to be a thing.
Yeah, I do remember going there after basketball to buy like.
Yeah.
I remember I used to.
Here we go.
This is where my piracy roots come from. I used to rent out DS
Now this
DS
looks,
games.
This looks like a kink store.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
I used to rent out DS games, right? And if you return them within like 2 weeks, money back.
I used to do the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
could just about
fucking-
finish the game.
Yeah.
I had a rotation going where like I just kept.
Finished Professor Layton in 2 weeks.
Well, I
Like a
just
what?
used to kept renting it. Like I used to use that as my.
Where was this at?
There we go. Where-
No,
yeah.
it wasn't. It was called GameStop. It was called
GameStop
GameStop.
owns them.
American?
There, there's GameStop's
No,
the American one.
I'll find. We've definitely have something, and there will be like a shitty old receipt inside of one of the games. But I vividly remember doing it and doing exactly what you just said. And you play a game for like 2 weeks, and then you take it back and go, and they'd go, "Oh,
And they would
what's-"
ask you.
and you're like, "I just didn't like it, man." And they're like, yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
Just
the
grab
ending was shit.
grab something else, and then so you grab something else, play that for 2
Dave,
more
people
weeks.
must do that all the time.
Come in, and you're basically doing Blockbuster, but you weren't paying a fucking
also-
cent, man. You just kept fucking
Pyramid
rinse.
scheme.
I went
That's
into-
not at all what a pyramid scheme is.
I bought a game for Christmas for Kira, and it was I bought EB Games,
Yeah.
and I was already buying something else at EB Games, like a case for like the Switch, and then
Your life's so weird.
oh,
No, I love it. I
I
love it.
like Switch.
I love it.
And then I was looking at it and I was like, I want to get this game here, but they had it cheap at Big W. They do the price match.
Did
Oh,
they?
I
EB
love price
Games.
match. I feel like price match. It's one of those things where like you show them and they're like, oh, but not that one.
Yeah. Nah, that's the blue version. We don't have
I
the blue
remember we
version.
used to go to because EV Games would have like the cool exclusives. So like you buy Pokemon like the weekend it comes out and you get like a little toy.
Yeah.
Fucking love that shit.
But then you'd go in there to price match and they'd be like, nah, but they're not giving you the toy. And you're like, yeah, but
yeah, and now me and Mummy like go and be like the
it's
Big
always not
W,
worth $40.
the Big
bro.
W catalog.
Yeah.
Please, it's right there. But this guy, I was like buying the case. I was like, oh, you guys like do price match? He's like, yeah. And then he thought I was going to price match the case. No. Say like $40 on this Assassin's Creed game. He was having a mega deal at Big W. And I just showed it to him and he's like, oh yeah, fine. Like,
They don't give a
dude
fuck.
can just make anything, whatever price he fucking feels.
Yeah, that's so true. It's not coming out of his wage. He can give a fuck. Alrighty, boys, it's been a hot minute since we've done one of these, but Falls was yesterday, so Riley has bought a Rave review. That was arguably the worst we've ever done.
wasn't yesterday. Actually, it was.
It was.
but
It
not for
was
me.
yesterday.
I only went the one day. They sell in the 2 days.
It was actually Saturday, so this week Riley's bought it. Rave review.
And they're popping off tickets for $200 for the one day.
Whoa.
$200
I forgot I paid that much, and then I was pulling up my ticket on the way there in the Uber, and I was like,
For one
"Phew,
day.
bit hefty.
You sure you didn't get a 2
Any
day?
return policy?
You sure you didn't get a 2 day?
No, I didn't.
How much is 2 days?
Fuck knows, can't.
$400.
I don't know. It can't be that much. There's legit no one with a big name playing
Yeah.
other than those monkey guys. But
You
it got
can't say that.
obviously
They are Arctic.
Saturday. They're from the Arctic.
They're
Joke.
Arctic.
Oh, they're Arctic.
Saturday morning rolls around.
That beer, was that reappeared?
That's been
You
that long.
open that. The time is now 10:15. You open that at like 7.
I'm nursing her, right?
It's warm.
Yeah, I'm trying to
You
get.
can't
the-
rush perfection.
No, you
and
can't.
Heineken is perfection.
Oh god.
with every drink. Anyway, so Saturday morning, right? Obviously, last time I went to listen out, I had 1 slice of Vegemite on toast. This time I had 2 slices of Vegemite on toast.
Good man.
Good start, eh? Anyway, and then I was like, Joey boy, drop me off down at the Preziage at Foxy's, and we got to pick up Big Ed on the way.
Yes, Big Ed.
Anyway, so I called Big Ed.
G'day, Big Ed.
And I'm like, g'day, gorgeous. You ready to get picked up by me? And he's like, yeah, gorgeous. Anyway, he comes out, and what's he wearing? He's wearing a big puffer vest.
What?
It was like down to his knees. It was long. It was like
It
a
was
puffer.
like 40
It
degrees.
was like a puffer trench coat.
It
Although
was
in Frio it gets cold at night.
not that cold.
It was summer.
It's not. It's never.
Oh no,
that
okay. It was
cold.
sleeveless.
Oh, yeah.
A
A
vest.
vest, yeah.
Sweater
Not a
vest.
jacket.
Yeah,
He's
puffer
not-
vest. And it was like
The Eskimo Ed has arrived.
so long. Like t-shirt, shorts, and like a big puffer vest.
Puffer, it was
No,
a
it's
puffer
like-
vest trench coat.
Was it
It
meant
was
to
almost
be?
knee length.
How long is it?
But bro was dripping
I was
out.
fucking wearing it. It looked cool.
Yeah, you was
I
pulling.
bought one on. I bought it off him actually. Yeah.
Did he zip it up?
No.
So it looks like he's wearing a long skirt.
No.
Just a tube. A long tube of smaller tubes that go the other way.
And then so he comes out and Eddie's
It's like looks like a chess piece.
and of course he'd be the king.
Night.
Yeah, he'd be the king and nothing less. Anyway, so he came out and his family leaves all their sneakers, no matter how expensive the sneakers are, on their front table.
Really?
We'll drop an
Why
address.
do they do that?
I don't fucking know. I don't know how they don't get more thievery. There's
We'll
so
drop an
many
address
sneakers
in the
out there.
podcast, in the potty notes.
And so he comes out and he gets these like limited edition 97s. I've never seen the colorway before, but he puts them on and he's walking over to the car and like my window's open and I yell out, I'm like, Big Ed. And he's like, yeah. Good bit of corn response.
It's like it's his Uber. He's just checking to see if it's him.
And then he's like, oh shit, I forgot my drink. And he like ran back inside. And I looked at Joe and I said, it's funny because he didn't misspeak there. When he said I forgot my drink, he really meant I forgot my one big bottle of Jim Beam. Oh, what was it? Was it Jim Beam? Oh no, it was
I think it was Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels, yeah.
Shout out to Jack.
Anyway, so he comes in and I'm like, he walks over to the car and he's holding the bottle of Jack Daniels and I'm like, mate, you going to finish that today? Because usually he does.
How big is the bottle? This is just a
23
straight up spirit.
It was like 23 standards, I think. And
Yeah, it'd be like the
700 mil.
750 a litre.
so a quiet one for Big Ed. Anyway,
It would have been one of those.
Said 2 measurements.
No, it was. I don't know what the bottles look like exactly, but it was one of them.
Okay, it was a big 700 miller. Yep.
anyway, so we walked over to the car and I said, you going to finish that today? And he was like, oh, God, no. He actually messaged me before and he's like, I don't even know if I'm going to drink. Anyway, so we get to the praise and he opens the bottle. And then he drank 17 standards of it in one go.
Yeah, I saw that video. That was pretty
And
wild.
that was the first drink he had.
He
during
wasn't
the night.
wearing the puffer vest.
I think it's a bit sweaty. And so he drank the 17.
Funny that it's 38
He
degrees.
drank the 17 standards pretty quick. But
That's insane.
I don't know.
If I had 17 standards, I would die.
yeah, the most I've ever had is like 15,
That
and I
would
was
hurt.
cunted. And that was over like 6 hours. Anyway, so Big Ed drank 17. And the craziest part was I had my camera out and he was like sculling it.
He didn't realize.
And then he put it down and he like wasn't phased by the fact, because like I'll sip vodka and I'll be like, I'll be having
Yeah,
convulsions.
you do that when you drink a beer.
Yeah, right? And I'm like sipping a Heineken. And then he finished it and then looked at the bottom and was like, oh shit, that was a lot.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, yeah. Like, did you not like feel it? And he was like, nah, man. Anyway.
Because he puts it back like it's water and then he finishes it and then he's just like, wow, I drank like a lot of that.
Like, does
Oh,
he ever
whoopsie.
do shots? That must feel like the most boring thing.
His pussy old drinks.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
like
literally.
it would be like everyone going up to the bar and having like a teaspoon
A beer.
of a drink.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy. Get me the salt or whatever.
Yeah. And then, so he fucking pushed that back and then went and sat down. Oh, he's just like spitting a bit, but he was like fine, still chatting to everyone. And I was just like, when's it gonna hit, you know? And then my phone started blowing up because I put this on my story. I got like, I reckon 15 DMs like, this guy's fucked. And this was only after I put up one story. They're like, this guy's fucked. Give him 20 minutes. This, that, you know.
Yeah, a lot of instructions coming
He's
through.
gonna get his stomach pumped. This and that. And I was like, whoa, there's a lot going on for Big Ed. But anyway, and then I saw him. I turned around. I was talking to one of my mates I hadn't seen in a while, catching up, and I turned around and see Eddie shotgun a double black. No worries, gone in 60 seconds. If that, gone in 2 seconds. And then apparently he had more of. I wasn't there for this. I was on the other side of the party, but apparently he had another like 4. Well, how many standards are left? 6. So he had like another 4 standards.
Why do you
sculled of
count
the-
in standard drinks?
'cause that's how fucked you get.
Okay.
And then he had like another 4 standards of the whiskey.
Yeah.
And then
So there was whiskey's done.
oh, almost. There's dregs left.
Nice.
Not enough to do any more damage to him. Anyway, and then he started, doing the whole throw up.
How selfish.
the whole throw up thing.
What a bitch.
And obviously Big
So
Ed.
does he throw up every time he goes out?
Nah. Oh, no.
All right.
Sometimes we have a quiet one. 20. So then, then he was like throwing up everywhere. And like fell to the ground and was like passed out for a bit. And then, it's just then. Like, no one's like, I never get worried because I'm just like, bro, like everyone was blowing up the phone. I was like putting this all on my story. Everyone was like, bro, like he's fucked.
Help
Like
it.
someone find him help. Mum and dad messaged me like,
look good.
mum and dad were like, get him help. Like he's fucked. Like someone needs to offer him help. I'm like, he does this every weekend. This is just the first time I've put it on my story, like in detail. So it's just a classic another day. And everyone,
we should have an intervention.
even people at the party are like worrying about him. I'm like, mate, he'll be fucking fine. Anyway, and then more other people were throwing up because of the state he was in. Throwing
Yeah,
up.
right.
Big-
Love it. We talked about that last episode.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, Covey was throwing up.
The
because of it.
sympathy.
The sympathy chuck.
Yeah. And then we get him in the Uber. No worries. Didn't say anything in the Uber.
Who called the Uber? I would fucking.
Yeah,
you
I
could
was
not
not
pay
doing
me
that.
up for that, right?
I was not doing that. Eddie's
Go from 4.7 to negative.
Eddie's soon to be girlfriend called it.
Oh, shit out.
And
Can we get a name? Yeah.
oh, no, I can't be doing that. And
Initials?
Then, it's not even his soon to be girlfriend. I just like calling her that.
Oh, no.
Anyway, so then we get to the thing, and then everyone's like, we get out of the car, and he's like almost throwing up like down the street from the event, from the festival. and then like all these like 30-year-old, because it was like a bit of an older demographic.
Yeah.
So then all these like 30-year-olds like come past and like, oh, this guy's fat. Oh, is he alright? Is he alright? And then
That's nice.
he's like, yeah, I'm alright. And he's like, game face. And I was like showing him the videos of what he was drinking, and they were like, oh shit, he is fat.
That's actually insane.
Anyway, we get into the whole Falls Festival, boys. The Rave Review, Falls Festival.
Yeah, we
Hell
did
yeah.
it. Only 9 minutes down.
There
Yep.
you go. We're in, and my first
I forgot
stop.
we were doing that.
My first stop. I only had like 7 standards. My first stop was the toilet. I got real queasy in the belly, and I thought it was a tack-yak kind of scenario. And like the festival had been on for like 3 hours at this point, so I walked out of the toilet. So they were a bit busy. And I walked over and I was like, a bit of a tack-yak situation going on up here. And so I was like, we got into the toilet and I was like, fuck, I can't really throw up. I'm not feeling it coming out that end. Did a big turd.
Delightful.
Did a
Oh,
turd.
Before we went
Did
to
a
where
turd, boys.
Joe said, any details you don't think are necessary to share, just don't share it.
I'm
That would fall in that category, I
this
reckon.
is reviewing the toilets. Sufficient toilet paper. Great flushing system in these porta potties.
It's not the
They
same
the
as
ones
all
you
of
do
them.
with
You
your
s-
foot.
And then
stand on
Yeah,
the
yeah, the
base.
footsies,
It's
yeah.
every
It's cool.
porta
You
potty.
You know, I actually didn't
Yeah,
know.
it's still fun.
I didn't know how to flush.
No, there's somewhere there's a handle and you got to do like the
Yeah.
pull it back and forth.
I actually didn't know about the foot one. I didn't know how to flush. Lucky I
You
figured
leave
it
it?
out. No, lucky I figured it out.
the
but I
next
was like,
person, it's about the yes.
he's tack-yakking, not by choice. And then
Then you go into vomit and you vomit. Anyway.
the toilets,
Anyway.
freaking 10 out of 10. No worries about
10 out
that.
of
That's a
10.
porta
That's
potty.
Delightful.
You know, have you ever been to a nice toilet?
No.
No. And then, and then I was sitting
I
like,
feel like even porta potties 10 out of 10. You either work for the porta potty company.
and then I was sitting outside of the porta potties right after, because I was still feeling queasy. I don't think I got it all out, but I unbuckled my belt and I was just sitting on this like post, and then this random guy came and sat next to me, and he was like 3 years younger than me and went to a different school, but we knew all the same boys. So I was
He's 16.
I was,
I was waiting for the match.
and then I was talking to him about like.
Too loud in the
I
bed.
don't know, actually. That's a good point. And I was just talking to him about all these mutual boys we knew. And I was like, this guy's a fucking legend. And I'm like, I'm feeling better by the second because my belt's undone. And I've just dropped my guts in the toilet. So, people down at Falls Festival, great.
One guy.
Yeah.
You'd probably jump.
I met a fair few people, but he was chill. I liked him. I like his vibe. Forgot his name. Good guy, though.
We saw him
Music.
at the bars on the way
I
there.
don't think
or
this guy's
something.
real. I think he's a figment of your imagination.
Music. I don't usually listen to the whole riffy and vibey kind of stuff down at Falls Festival, the old Triple J kind of gang. But they were popping off. I got on a Big Ed's shoulder at one point.
That is
Yeah.
insane. Did Ed know about this? Or
Yeah,
he was laying down. Riley's just sitting on his head.
Ocean Alley was on, and I know a total of one Ocean Alley chorus out of the whole set.
Give it to us.
And Eddie, I don't even. It's just confidence back. That's legit.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know, right? And Eddie. I was just like vibing, and he's like shoulders, and I was like, right, if anyone's offering the shoulders, you got to take it. So I was like, yeah. Okay.
Unless if the bloke can hardly stand.
And his eyes were barely open. He was just like,
I wouldn't be getting on shoulders of a man I've just witnessed,
And then-
pass away
and then
and come
apparently
back to life.
Eddie had a bit more to drink, and then he got even more sick, and Eddie was down bad. I was
And
getting
he's still
food.
up there?
No, different. This is like an hour or two
You're
later.
like guiding him to the water, like Remy and Ratatouille.
Apparently Eddie was like down bad on the grass, like laying down, and it was just apparently he was calling for me. He was like talking to Olivia. He was like, "Just get me Riley. I don't care about anyone else. Just get me Riley."
It's
Which I thought-
romantic.
Yeah, that's
He's
good.
like, someone needs
I'll
to
believe
film
it.
it.
this is good for the socials. It's getting me followers up. And, that's pretty much it. Yeah, but then music was good. Lil Nas X was freaking epic as.
Did he do that horsey song?
Yeah, of course he did.
Did
that.
he-
Does
So
he have
you-
any other songs?
Fucking oath he does.
He's got a whole album that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Montenegro?
Yeah, he cause Montero. Yeah. Lil Nas X
Just,
is.
I'm going to say it clean and then do your magic in the edit. What's it called? Montero?
Lil Nas X is a queer rapper from America, and he's like, what? And so he was not shying away from the whole queer show, and it was like so sick. He was making out with one of the backup dancers on
Hell
stage
yeah.
at one point, which I thought was pretty boss. And so he was epic 10 out of 10 on the music.
I think
side.
it's good because he like came up obviously with Old Town Road as like a meme song,
Yeah,
but it's cool that he like actually puts in the effort to like make it
that's it.
like an artistic thing.
That's it, bro. That's it. Straight up.
Billy Ray Cyrus in that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did he make the trip out? You're busy.
No, he was
No,
busy.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, most of the music was pretty freaking good.
I'd pay to watch them kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be alright.
Pretty cool. Yeah, music probably like solid 7 or 8 out of 10.
Lovely. And what's the last thing?
Atmos.
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 Apparently there was another stage. I didn't see that. I wasn't a big fan of the layout, so that
They
not as good as
do.
Seasons.
Where was it?
What?
Yeah, where was
Where
it?
was it?
At the oval across from CBC, right next to where Jake used to work. Literally the footy oval next to CBC.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like
sure?
the school. Yeah,
Really? Not
100%.
the.
It was right next to CBC. People were throwing cans over at CBC.
Yeah, fair enough.
Where I used to work?
Yeah, right next.
Oh,
to
that's not where they used to have it. They used to have it in the.
At the Esplanade or at
No, that's Laneway. They used to have it at the where the
South Freo?
Freo used to train. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So they do a weird thing there where they have the stages like back to back.
Oh, cool.
Hard to find the other one.
Wowza. Well, there you go.
there
So
you go.
Parry Street.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. That's crazy scenes. I used to have my lunch there. Glad I didn't go yesterday. Would have been pretty full on.
But yeah,
Oh, sorry.
we did not give it a rating.
Wrap it up, boys.
It actually did get very cold, so Big Ed's vest did come into play later on. in the
Genius.
evening. Yeah,
He
good.
had the last laugh.
And I was wearing my Seasons hoodie, got to rep my boys.
Yep.
I wasn't paying for any Falls merch. And then, it was just a good day. Well, let's do the math. So 10 out of 10 on the toilets, probably like a 9 out of 10 on the people,
Have we got a photo of Ed wearing the kit?
8 out of 10 on the music.
Yep.
Vibes were pretty good. I'll give that
It's
another
been a
9.
while since we've done
Joey, do the math.
Pretty good get. What is pretty
I'll
good?
give it a
as number?
9.
Okay, so you gave it a 9.
That is the summary of this entire segment. Pretty good. Getting a 9.
Which is the second best score.
Well, it was funny after. I was trying to get an Uber on the way home, which was like a very painstaking task at the end of
wonder
the
why.
festival. And I ended up walking like 2 Ks in the opposite direction to try and make the prices cheaper. Me and Olivia were
I
coming
could have given you a
home.
lift.
Yeah, well, that would have been good to know. I basically was at Kira's house, honestly. And then we were
I probably still have the keys to the old joint. You're probably just going to crash in there.
and then I get in the Uber and I'm driving, and then we like just leave it, and we're like, thank God, this gentleman who was driving the Uber's name was Muhammad. Muhammad was a great man. We're like, thank you, Muhammad. We had so many people cancelling on us. This was a shock, and I was just like ready to pass out. I was so knackered. And then we're driving through this T junction. I just see Big Ed leaning on a light post. I'm like, oh, there's Big Ed. Hopefully he gets home safe.
You just fucking left
He
me
was
in.
with Melvin. He was alright. He didn't look very good.
What a what a combo.
yeah, the boys.
What a bunch.
Love Big Ed.
Ah,
Hopefully he
well.
got home safe. And then he was working at Falls the next day.
Jesus.
Alrighty, boys, that just about brings us to another end of another episode of the MacPack podcast. But before we finish up, we'll do our favourite weekly segment. It's our only weekly segment. It's time for our Everyday Hero. Now, this week, boys,
The cricket's back, Jake.
Well, the cricket's over.
Oh, fuck me.
The last game of the Australian summer series is finished.
Is it? So there's no more
Yeah.
Australian
First
cricket
time
for
we
the rest of
talked
summer?
to it.
Yeah.
This is the first
Fuck
time we
off.
like,
It's
really
January fucking 8 or 9.
9, yeah. Yeah, no, it's
We've still
quick.
got like 2 more months.
We started early.
So
No, they're
what-
off to play in India, and they're playing.
But they're still playing.
They still play cricket. They play cricket all year round, but
It'll
they
be
don't play it.
It'll be on the TV.
Not
be on
on your TV. On like KO.
Bro,
Fox coverage got it.
that's so quick. They played like 2 games.
Fuck. And how many did you watch?
I like having it on. It's a great
So
vibe.
they
When
played
did-
5 tests.
When did you
and
have
like
it on?
keep in
So-
mind, I went to one or two ODIs in
Did you get
November.
this checked?
early November when I was in Sydney, right? That was part of the summers of cricket.
Oh, it's winter.
No,
Just getting hot now.
It is just getting hot now. They're
could
playing.
grow
They're
up.
going to play in India. All the big bash is still on, so you can pretend.
So when?
Early Feb.
Oh,
So you got 30 days of big bash you can
thank
watch. So
fuck.
it also has been on for about 20, 30 days. So
Oh, good.
you've obviously been
Yeah.
pretty enamored by it. But it is the end. The end was yesterday.
Jeez.
It was a rather boring summer of cricket. Australia just
You're telling me.
took everyone apart. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
and it
You
rained a shitload.
yeah, it rained heaps in Sydney.
Love it.
Didn't rain when I was there. Very
All right, get to the era.
very fortunate. But during the rain delays and during a rather boring fifth test match of the summer, played in Sydney.
Tell me.
There was a lot of rain and there was a lot of, well, it was a drawn match. It was the only draw we've had.
Oh yeah, that's exciting.
Also a little bit boring because there wasn't a
yeah.
great deal taking place.
You get that on the biggies.
Obviously, with the crowd in Sydney not having a lot of cricket to watch, they were looking for a hero.
Mm-hmm.
And a hero they found in a very potassium-filled legend. Let me introduce you to Banana Boy.
Banana! Peel! Peel! Banana! Peel! Banana! Peel! Peel! Banana! Chop! Banana! Chop! Chop! Banana! Chop! Banana! Chop! Chop! Banana! Eat! Banana! Eat! Eat! Banana! Eat! Banana! Eat! Eat! Banana! Go! Bananas! Go! Go! Bananas! Go! Bananas! Go! Go!
So what you heard just there was a young lad
Going bananas.
going absolutely bananas. He would be what, 8, 9, 10?
Yep. 11.
One of those numbers. He's only a young fella.
Yeah,
He was
definitely pre-pubert.
He was absolutely loving it though.
So what's he done? He started his own chant.
he's
Started his own
ch-
career.
Well,
He invented that chant.
Well observed, yeah.
Good
It's
on
a
him.
good chant. Because at first, the first time I hear it, right, I was like, what is this kid talking about? Bananas, you know? Peel a banana, eat a banana, chop a banana.
And then go
Who cares?
bananas.
Go bananas. It's like, this kid's a genius.
This
He
kid
pulls us in with this banana as a food
That's
concept.
yeah.
That's the motif of the song.
Like it's a tutorial.
yeah, and then
It's a party anthem.
That's
We
it.
just don't know it until the very
while
last.
we're in there thinking, all right, we've had eat, chop, peel. What else can you really do with a banana, right? He switches the meaning. Hits us with a colloquial use of the word banana or bananas, meaning a crazy.
That's
Yeah.
And he tells everyone to go crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
What a cheeky little
He's an
fucker.
absolute superstar. Another thing that he did, and we'll quickly just play this. This is from the Fox cricket coverage, done by a great fan of the show, Mark Howard.
Howie! Go give your mum a hug, Howie.
Go give him a hug, Howie. Go give Banana Boy a hug, Howie. This is Banana Boy. This is not only was he chanting about bananas, he was putting bananas back like he was a little cheeky monkey himself.
Have a look at this young fella. Have a look at the crowd around him. He's not going to scull a beer. Look at him, psyching himself up. Crowds around him. This is unseen footage. Look at the crowd getting around him. What's he going to do? He's going to eat he's Banana Boy. He's still getting ready. Look at him. He's done it 3 times already at this stage. He's sculling a banana skull. Have a look at him go. Look at the top of
And it's at this point he's just mashing a banana into his face. He's got the banana out. He's peeled the bitch, and he's just putting it into his mouth, and he's just chomping away.
Marvelous. Reminiscent of Bob Hawke.
Sort of. He's struggling a bit. It looks like he's a bit like he's drowning on the banana.
Look at him, the cheeks are full, his guts are churning, but he doesn't pull up well. Look at him, he just...
But the crowd's loving it, and we absolutely love it here on the MacPack podcast. Well, that's why this week's Everyday Hero, he's going to Banana Boy.
Go banana.
Go Banana! Alrighty, boys, that brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack podcast.
What a show!
It's been good. It's been nice. Welcome to the new year.
Yes.
Big-
You've done it.
How are your reservations going?
Resolutions.
Resolutions.
And your reservations. I know
Resolutions. My course doesn't start till February
What?
His
for learning
his
sign
gang
language.
signs.
Oh, so slack.
I'm
That's
yet.
what I'm hearing.
I'm yet
Well,
to
I haven't
buy.
started my course yet.
I'm doing well, if you're asking.
Huh?
8 movies
oh my god.
in 9 days.
What have you
Actually-
watched?
Yeah.
Cunt.
No, don't swear.
Go.
What have you watched?
You're gonna watch one a day.
That's the trend I was on.
You might be pushing it tonight.
Yeah, tonight's going to be tough.
Tell me.
But there's a few days where I watched
which
too.
films?
I watched Senior. I watched Roman J. Israel. I've watched Marcel the Show with Shoes On. I
Nice.
watched A Man Called Otto.
Mm-hmm.
Watched Another Round. I watched Glass Onion. I watched Peanut Butter Falcon. That was a great film. I really enjoyed that. And watched Knocked Up. I've never seen Knocked Up.
Oh yeah.
Knocked Up was
Seth
really good.
Rogen.
There's some stars in Knocked Up.
Yeah, the Apatow frat pack.
Oh my god, there's so many. Like every new character that appears, you're like, this guy's
Okay,
a
it's
legend.
famous.
This guy's a
Okay,
legend.
speaking of
this
Seth
guy's a legend.
Rogen.
Just quickly, in that film, Seth Rogen is 26.
Yep.
I'm 26 in a month.
When you get knocked up.
No, he just looks way, way older than
Yeah,
I
so,
feel like I am.
Funny thing about Seth Rogen's age, right? So in Freaks and Geeks, right?
Yep.
So that's him, James Franco, Jay Segal. They're all like play high school kids.
Okay.
Everyone else was like older and they were playing like a young character. Seth Rogen was actually 16 at the time. He looked like massive.
Yeah.
To the point where people criticized like, oh, he's clearly not a teenager, but he's the only one who's actually playing his age.
There you go.
And one more thing about Seth Rogen, The Fablemans, Steven Spielberg's new movie. Seth Rogen kills it with a dramatic role. Great film. Go and check it out, guys.
There you go. Well, that'll be another film we'll see. That's in cinema.
The Fablemans.
It's in cinema?
now, yep.
Oh, nice.
Cool. I'm yet to buy a diary, but I'll get onto it.
What were you gonna
What was
do?
the other one?
What
Put it in my diary.
were you gonna do in your diary? Plan.
Be more organized.
Yeah, you got
You,
it.
you got a phone.
We
Just
told
use
him to do
iCal.
that
Use iCal.
Yeah, no.
iCal's good. It is.
What was your other one?
Be happy.
That was going terrible.
How's that going?
We're going well.
Getting there?
It's fun with Eddie. Eddie makes me happy.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Jerk that man off.
Whoa.
Right, let's finish this.
And on that bombshell,
That'll do us. Till we do this time next week. Stay safe. Stay safe. Don't always remember to. It's chopping out, but not forever.